It's that heat, boy. Yeah, my day one.
It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Minnesota. It's the reigning NFC champs and the Vikings under the lights on Sunday night.
It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between our visitors and the Minnesota Vikings. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports. And, man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And able to get this out to the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. McLeod. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this beyond 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Off play action. McLeod. Sliding out of the pocket. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. McLeod. He finds his man. Complete. It's Fox. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
On 1st down, Keenan. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. McLeod. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Now a first carry for their fullback. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. McLeod. He finds his man. Complete. It's Ray. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That will bring up 4th down and an 11-yard loss to boot.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it?
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
He doesn't give many opportunities to carry it, so he's got to maximize. In this case, after dropping it like that, I think his number is going to go way down. What do you think?
Yeah, and sometimes those fullbacks, let's just be frank, they usually don't have the hands that the running back does.
And it's hard for them because they do so much blocking that a lot of times their hands actually get beat up in the process, and it's hard for them to hold on to the football.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Here's Smith to return it.
And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
To throw on 3rd down, McLeod. He finds his man, complete. It's Fox.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. McLeod. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Well, they've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
There you go, partner. That's some old-school football right there. You need 1 yard? Give it to your bruiser at fullback and let him get the job done.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Off the play fake. McLeod. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Off play action. McLeod. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
If you want a lesson on how to defeat an offensive tackle, that was pretty textbook.
Is that a clip and save?
Yes.
That's what's going to go around the league, and people are going to watch that and say, my goodness, that's how you do it? And I feel awful for the offensive tackle because we always talk about the athleticism of that guy who just beat him. Well, you have to be athletic to try and block that guy. Just in this case, the defense won.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. He finds his man, complete. That's Fox. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
The Saints again ready to go on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll look to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 45-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. From 4 yards out.
And the Saints have moved out in front.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it is up.
His kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Smith chooses not to return, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, McLeod. Flushed out right.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of 1st at about the 31-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Saints. They'll take over.
They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
And they start in the best of all positions, 1st and goal.
They're going to look to throw. He's got it. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 17-3. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game, see if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Sometimes that's a danger putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McLeod. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. McLeod.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And his throw here's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. He's got a man, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 39 that time.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. And it'll be intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look back at action from earlier. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints, for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation of kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they get it up just
short of the 45 at the 44. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 37. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Complete to number 84. 3-yard pick. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Vikings 34-yard line.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
He'll look to throw. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
Well, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They run him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, now a carry here for their fullback. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 15.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ray. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
On 3rd down, Keenan. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And taken right at the 35. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And 2nd down.
Drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. So no gain on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Now 3 more points tacked on, and this margin getting more comfortable by the minute.
And with the lead where it is, you can actually feel good about field goals. We talk all the time about scoring 6s, not 3s. But in this case, they're just looking to chew up some time and come away with points.
Taken at the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Keenan. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Looking to throw. McLeod. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Forced out to his... Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Saints continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Throwing on 1st down, McLeod. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
We're in the 3rd quarter of the NFC title game. This is 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Keenan. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
Intercepted by the Saints. They'll take over.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs. They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
And right now, that crowd, silent. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, McLeod. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. On 1st down, McLeod. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw on 2nd down, McLeod. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 58 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw here. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
2nd and 8 coming up.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Looking to throw on 2nd down. McLeod. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. McLeod. And he will not be able to have it until the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off.
And some room to maneuver.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
The Saints are the champions of the NFC. As we say thank you for watching, And good night, everybody.